Sir Peter Blake's vision and determination made him a New Zealand hero. He was undoubtedly our greatest yachtsman, a brave adventurer, and a passionate environmentalist. But overall, he was an incredible leader. Sir Peter's impressive achievements put New Zealand on the world stage.
I just remember him as being a very humble but inspiring man. He had great dreams and he just went out and made them happen.
Sir Peter Blake allowed Kiwis to dream that anyone can actually achieve this.
This is the story of his lucky red socks, how they played a part in winning one of the most sought-after cups in yachting, and why we use them today to remember Sir Peter Blake.
Peter and I were here 30 years ago, and I'm sure somewhere at home I still have a can of Whakatane sunshine.
Sir Peter Blake was such an inspiration, but as somebody who was obviously the closest to him, why do you think New Zealanders just fell in love with Sir Peter Blake?
Peter was an incredibly charismatic person. Although he had that stare, which he did. I mean, he was 6'4", but he had a great sense of humour, and I think it was that really warmed people to him. And he particularly loved children, and he loved the elderly. In fact, he put him round a dinner party table with his own age group. He was quite shy, actually. A lot of people thought that he was sort of very austere, but he was actually quite shy. But he was better with young kids, animals, and the elderly. So I think it was that really grew and grew and grew. So that when it came to doing the America's Cup and that whole thing of get Blake back on the boat with his red socks, everyone really got behind it.
What do you think makes a good leader? What do you think are some key attributes or skills or qualities that make someone that people want to follow and stand behind and work with?
Well, one thing I think is really important for a leader, or a great leader, or a good leader, is that they actually that they're showing respect for those that they're trying to lead, and to sort of lead by example, but to give opportunities to those people around them. And I mean, for example, in Peter's crew, a big team there, or whatever size it was, that he would always make sure that those guys were, he respected what they did, and he was very keen to involve them in discussions about what they should do, and he was always good at delegating. He wasn't just sort of taking it all himself, and I for sure don't think he had a big ego. He was just one of the boys, although I mean, ultimately someone has to say yes, no. But yeah, that sort of respect, I think that's one thing I would say.